Hello, my name is Becker and welcome to my presentation for MGT20008, Business, Society and Sustainability. Today I'll be exploring stakeholder management in two different organizational contexts: for-profit business and a not-for-profit organization. The presentation will show what I learned from interviews with two managers, comparing how they identify and manage stakeholders, handle tensions, and approach societal responsibility. I'll also link their experience to current management theories to highlight similarities and differences in practice. I have broken down the purpose of these interviews into four clear objectives. The first, the stakeholders, focuses on identifying key internal and external stakeholders and understanding their influence on the organizations. The second, priorities, examines what each stakeholder values most and how these priorities align with the organization's goals, highlighting any differences between the two contexts. The third objective, tensions, explores conflicts or challenges that arise amongst stakeholders and the strategies managers use to resolve them. Finally, societal responsibility looks at how managers address broader social and ethical responsibilities, such as sustainability and community impact, linking these practices back to the organization's overall purpose. For this project, I used the same four semi-structured questions with both managers. Each interview was conducted over a short call lasting around 15 minutes. Using the same framework ensured consistency, while the conversations allowed me to capture real examples and compare their perspectives directly. FUNDAY Natural Sweets is a for-profit company making healthy lollies with no added sugar. The key stakeholders include customers, retail partners, employees, and suppliers, and its focus is product innovation and retail growth. Some challenges include competing with big confectionery brands and balancing costs with quality. The impact FUNDAY has had on the community has been expanding healthier snack options and raising awareness of sugar-related health issues. FightMND is a not-for-profit charity dedicated to tackling motor neuron disease. Its mission is to fund research, raise awareness, and support affected families. The key stakeholders include patients, doctors, donors, researchers, and volunteers, and it focuses on fundraising, advocating, and research grants. Challenges include reliance on donations and high community expectations, and overall its impact has been raising millions for research and deriving national awareness of MND. My first interview was with Daniel Kitay, founder of FUNDAY Natural Sweets. His role centers on balancing commercial growth with delivering high-quality products. He described the challenge of ensuring profit and growth while using the best natural ingredients. These inputs raise costs, creating tension with keeping products affordable and investors satisfied. Managing this balance requires supplier negotiation, smart pricing, and innovation. Despite pressures, Daniel stressed that FUNDAY's identity rests on health and sustainability, values he refuses to compromise. My second interview was with Noah Kay, campaigns manager at FightMND. His role focuses on leading major fundraising campaigns like the Big Freeze, which are crucial for funding research and raising awareness. He highlighted the tensions between high community expectations and limited donor resources. To manage this, Noah relies on transparency, accountability, and showing donors the impact of their contributions. Unlike many for-profits, social responsibility is not an add-on for FightMND. It's the core purpose, with every campaign designated to advantage research and support people living with MND. In comparing stakeholder landscapes, non-for-profit organizations like FightMND and for-profit businesses like FUNDAY differ in both scope and dependency. In a for-profit context, key stakeholders tend to cluster around customers, suppliers, employees, and investors. Daniel, the founder of FUNDAY, highlighted this when he said that keeping customers happy while ensuring investors see returns is always at the front of his mind. In contrast, non-profit settings involve a broader set of stakeholders, including beneficiaries, donors, volunteers, community groups, and the government actors. Non-profits are often more dependent on their stakeholders, given their need for continuous funding and legitimacy. And engagement is seen as essential to survive, not optional. Daniel placed customers and investors as his top priorities, while Noah explained that without the trust of donors in the research community, we can't deliver impact for people living with MND. This reflects the idea that organizational purpose shapes stakeholder retention. When comparing stakeholder priorities, the contrast between FUNDAY and FightMND becomes clear. Daniel explained that our customers care about the taste first, but investors want sustainable growth. My job is to balance both. This reflects how for-profits often prioritize financial and operational outcomes, consistent with Freeman's stakeholder theory, which highlights the need to manage both internal and external interests simultaneously. For nonprofits, accountability and mission impact take precedence over financial returns. NOAA's focus reflects the stakeholder salience model, where legitimacy and urgency outweighs power in shaping priorities. This also aligns with the broader CSR theory, which stresses that organizational context influences which stakeholder groups are prioritized. Managers discussed tensions in balancing stakeholder needs, but the nature of these challenges differed sharply. For FUNDAY, Daniel described the constant pull between using the best ingredients we can find and keeping prices at levels that customers and retailers will accept. This illustrates the classic trade-off in a for-profit business, where financial sustainability must be weighed against product quality. In contrast, Noah at FightMND explained that demand for funding always exceeds what we can provide, so we have to make difficult calls about which research projects to support. Here, tensions arise from scarce resources and high expectations from donors and patient communities. Both managers shared strong but different perspectives on social responsibility. Daniel explained that at FUNDAY, responsibility is closely tied to business practice, from sustainable packaging and freight choices to making products allergen-friendly so they can be enjoyed by everyone. These initiatives show how for-profit organizations often adapt instrumental CSR, where responsible actions also strengthen brand legitimacy and customer loyalty. By contrast, Noah describes social issues as being at the forefront of everything they do at FightMND. Responsibility is not an add-on, it's the mission. He noted that focusing on social betterment can increase funding, since stakeholders are not seeking profit, but want to see community growth and social impact. Ultimately, it seemed that both managers were passionate about ensuring the organizations placed great importance on societal issues. The difference was the freedom to do so, and the constricting financial downsides seen in a for-profit business in comparison to a not-for-profit business. Findings from my interviews largely support stakeholder theory, which argues that managers must balance the often competing needs of multiple groups. Both Daniel and Noah demonstrated this in practice. Daniel by negotiating between customer value and investor returns, and Noah by balancing donor expectations with limited resources. In conclusion, these interviews showed how stakeholder management is shaped by organizational purpose. For-profit managers like Daniel focus on balancing profit and product quality, while non-for-profit managers like Noah place societal impact at the center, both highlighting the importance of managing competing interests with transparency and responsibility. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you found these insights both engaging and thought-provoking.